All right, example 1 says simplify the square root of 48. So in order to do this, we need to find pairs of numbers that multiply to 48. So what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of something times something equals 48? I think of 6 times 8. So 6 times 8. So I broke 48 down into 6 times 8. Now what I'm going to do is break down each of those numbers. So what multiplies to 6? 2 times 3. And I can't really break down 2 and 3 anymore because I would write 2, 1, but we could just keep doing that over and over. So as soon as you get to a prime number, you can stop. And then I'm going to do the same thing to 8. What multiplies to 8? 4 times 2. And then 2 is prime, so I can't break that down anymore. But I can break down 4 because it's 2 times 2. And now all of our bottom numbers, 2, 3, 2, 2, and 2, are all prime. So now what we want to do is look for pairs of the same number. So for example, I have 2 2s right here. And I have 2 2s, one here and one here. So it sounds weird, but I have 2 2s. So what that means is I'm going to take that out of the square root. So I'm going to take 1 2 out and that pair of 2s. So on the outside I'm going to have 2 times 2, because there's 2 pairs of 2s. And then what's left on the inside is whatever bottom number is left over, which is 3. That's the only number. And 2 times 2 is 4, and then the square root of 3. And you can always double check in your calculator. You can put the square root of 48, and you can get that decimal, and make sure the 4 square roots of 3, that decimal should be the exact same. So you can always double check your work that way. Okay. So that's it for example 1. Example 2 is going to have us multiply. So it says simplify -9 square roots of 2 times 4 square roots of 6. This one is kind of fun, I think. So what we do is we want to multiply what's on the outside of the square roots first. So -9 times 4. And then on the inside of the square root, we're going to multiply those numbers. So 2 times 6. So -9 times 4 is -36 times the square root, and 2 times 6 is 12. Now this isn't our final answer, although it looks really nice, because we can still break down 12, kind of like how we broke down 48 up here. So what times what equals 12? I think of 6 times 2. 2 is prime, so we're good to stop there. But there's 2 numbers that multiply to 6, and that is 3 times 2. Well, we have a pair of 2s. We have a 2 here and a 2 here. So since they're a pair, we can take that out of the square root. So now on the outside of the square root, we have -36 times 2, because I'm pulling that 2 out, and then the square root of whatever is left over, which in this case, 3 is left over. And then -36 times 2 is -72 square roots of 3. And that's our final answer. Okay. Radicals can be a little tricky, so just go slow.